Hey everybody! The GMG pregame show is about to start. Grab your favorite beverage of choice. Sit down. Get ready to communicate with us. And let's go! GMG's pregame show is about to start. That's what the countdown timer is for. Are you ready? The guys are ready to break down the game. Let's go, Vikings! Let's go! Played, you know what that means. It's time. Skol! And here we are on Friday night to talk divisional round football. Joining me tonight on the viewers' far right is the one and the only, the base ripper, Drew Bunting. How you doing, Drew?
Good. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing real good.
Good.
It's been a good and a bad day, if you know what that means. So, had some
I don't know what
things
that
happen.
means. I don't know what good and bad means.
No, I forgot to finish editing one of the videos, so that'll be up probably later tomorrow. But we got some possible good news on some other producing fronts, which is even better. So,
how's that giant 800-pound dog you got?
Getting bigger.
Holy
if
shit,
I had him in
dude.
here, I'd show you.
850 pounds now.
That
He's
guy,
close.
Man.
Merlin is getting
boy.
bigger. Merlin's my Great Dane. For those that don't know, he is 10 months old. He's well over 100 pounds and
Dude,
still
it's
growing.
like a camel.
Yep. And also with us in the center prime section is, hailing from Fargo, North Dakota, the drone master, Ryno, king of the jungle. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. How we doing, boys?
Good. I see you got your bison hoodie
I
on.
figured better rep a winning team for a little while tonight. So
I think they call him bison, not bison.
Bison.
Well, it's both.
No, it's with a Z.
Or Buffalo. Doesn't matter. The secondary school in North Dakota. Either way. Yes, you got your Sharks.
What's that little junior college up north? But that's okay.
Yeah, number one in college hockey. Mm-hmm.
We're not. This is a football show, Dave, not a hockey show.
That's why Drew's wearing a hockey sweater.
Hey,
Yeah.
NDSU is undefeated in hockey since 1898. So.
Yeah, the intramural leagues or the women. Anyways, we're here to talk playoff football. This is the divisional round where we have a grand total of 4 games, unlike last week where we had 6, which was sort of nice.
It was great.
It was great.
I loved it.
Here are the schedule for the 4 games. Rams at the Packers are the first one on Saturday. Second one is Ravens at the Bills. Both of those look great. And then Sunday we have Cleveland at the Chiefs for the early one and Tampa at New Orleans for the late one.
For the third time.
Yes. Do you have any favorites of those for you, Ryno, that you're looking forward to?
I honestly, I think they all have the potential to be really good games. That I think probably the best one might be that Tampa Bay or New Orleans game to wrap things up. I mean, they've, Saints have beat them twice this year, but, all things different in the playoffs. And you've got Tom Brady and, his tendency to do well when the light shines bright. And so I think that one's going to be a good game.
I think they all have potential.
Yeah.
Hey there, Jerome. Drew, let's start out with that first game where the Rams go up to.
Can we talk about how we did on our picks last week? I mean, we
sure
picked the games.
No, that's
we should do that first.
Correct that. Bring back the book since we have it all written down. Everybody picked the same except for one game. That one game that we were different was the Baltimore-Tennessee. And in it, Mr. Ryno picked Tennessee. And as we all know, Lamar Jackson did the Lamar Jackson thing, and Baltimore won.
So I got 4 right, you got 4 right, and Ryno got 3 right.
I got 4 right, yeah. I went with my gut on that one, but forgot that the part that helps me pick games, they removed the week prior, so that I did the best I could with what I had. So
that was a good game, though.
It was.
It was a good game.
On
the whole, they all were.
All good. The football, man. Who cares? It's all
good. And it was what? 12 hours of just one game to the next game to the next game, and then Sunday, one game to the next game to the next game to the next game.
Honestly,
it was awesome.
The game that really impressed me the most actually was the Washington-Tampa Bay game when you end up with Taylor freaking Heineken coming in and for his second time he's ever played an NFL game, and he almost went out and beat the freaking Buccaneers.
It was a gutsy game by him, and he may have earned himself a backup slot, which you can make a great career out of, earn, tens of millions of dollars and retire after, 10, 12, 15 years and not play a whole lot of snaps.
Yeah.
Do you think Heineken would be better than Mannion?
Any of the three of us would be better than Mannion.
Man,
I mean,
come on, man.
Anyways,
I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole because I could be here all night. But
4-4-3, 4-4-3. Got it.
Okay, now we're going to start with these games in order. First game on the list is the Rams at Green Bay. As you can see, Green Bay is favored by 6.5, and the over/under is 45.5. Drew, who's your favorite in this one and why?
Are we picking this week just winners, or are we going to use the point spread?
We could do it either way.
Well, you're the guy that runs it. You tell me you're the rule maker.
Let's do it both. Who's a straight-up win and who wins by points?
Okay, they're favored by what? 6.5?
6.5. Green Bay's favored by 6.5.
I can't stand picking that team from Wisconsin, but the way I see this game unfolding is that I think they will cover Rodgers and company. I think the Rams defense will keep it close, but offensively, I think they're going to struggle too much, and they're going to be chasing the score all day. And the more you chase the score, the longer the game gets, the more tired your defense gets, and their heart's not in anymore. So I think Green Bay probably pulls away in the fourth quarter. And, I can't stand choosing them, but, we have picks on the line. We got $100,000 right in this thing. So the winner between us gets $100,000 put up for the Vikings. So I'm going to take, I guess I'll take Green Bay to cover.
Okay. And obviously win.
Well, the Rams offensively are going to, I don't know. I don't trust them. I know they have a good defense, but.
Well, that's what I find interesting about this particular game. You have the number one defense of the Rams versus the number one offense of the Cheeseheads. And number one offense and number one defense have met 17 times since 1999. And the offense has won 11 of those 17 times. So almost 2/3, roughly, off the top of my head. It's always won by the offense. One of those times, believe it or not, was, I think, 2017. It was the Vikings and Dallas. We had the number one defense, and Dallas had the number one offense at the time. And we lost. The score was like 17-15. Typical.
That was a tough loss. We should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Yeah. How many times you said that as a Viking fan? We should have won that game.
Weekly basis.
Hey, Clifford. Clifford's taking Packers for both the points and the win. Ryno, who have you got on the Packers-Rams game?
I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as Drew here. It makes me want to jump off a bridge to say that that team from Wisconsin is going to, pick them to win. I think it's going to be, a lot closer game than everybody thinks. I mean, Green Bay, if you can shut down their pass, you can beat them. I mean, we did it this year.
Yeah, what does that tell you?
With our horse shit defense we had, and the Rams have the number one secondary in the NFL. You got Jalen Ramsey and you got all these guys back there. I mean, they are legit. If they can shut down Devontae Adams, I mean, Valdez-Scantling doesn't really scare me because he drops more passes than he catches, it seems like a lot of times. But if they can shut down that passing game, and then on the other side, if you get Cam Akers going, the Packers do give up rushing yards too. They have a tendency to not always want to tackle. So, I mean, this could be an upset this weekend, and in the worst way, I want to pick the Rams to win this thing. But, I mean, in the end, I think the team from Wisconsin is going to win, but I will take the Rams to keep it within the points.
Actually, after you just said all that, I might change the points pick on my end. You kind of convinced me there. It's going to be a lot closer than what I thought. I forgot that the team from Wisconsin, their offensive line is torn to shit too. They're not doing very well.
Yeah, they got Billy Turner starting at left tackle, and I don't know that they even know right now who the right tackle is going to be this week, because they've got Ricky Wagner, and he's basically in that same mold as Dakota Dozier and Drew Samia type of. Yeah, who's been a guard his entire career. He's playing left tackle.
Smashing Pumpkins singer Billy Turner. I'm thinking of.
He actually played for these guys.
Bison. Come on, man. Come up to a real division. Quit sitting there at AAA. Get your ass up to the real big boys. Come over to the Big Ten.
Nobody will invite us. We keep beating the Big Ten teams every time we play them, and so they don't want us to come play their sandbox. So.
What Big Ten teams did you beat?
We beat Minnesota twice.
Minnesota.
We beat Iowa. Who else have we played? Those are the only ones.
Stanley? Was it Iowa with Nate Stanley?
I don't remember if Stanley was there at that point or not. But
I didn't mean to
regardless.
I love talking Bison football, Bison college football.
Now, Miss Mary Fisk, who's been with us all night, has picked the Rams. Mary,
Yes.
I think I'm going to go with you because I do believe that Aaron Rodgers can be stopped and flustered, especially early if he gets pressure. I think the Rams are going to bring pressure. I just pulled up the weather report. It looks to be right around 30 degrees, no precip, no heavy winds. It's not going to be like the win game when we beat them. But I think that defensive front four with the secondary behind is going to wreak havoc, and it's going to throw him off, and he's going to get flustered, and the Packers are going to look like crap. That's my call. I'm going with it. I'm going Rams to win and obviously cover.
That would really please me. I would gladly lose this pick.
Me
to the
too,
Rams.
I'll gladly throw this pick if that happens.
I'll be rooting
Mary's-
for the Rams. Believe me, I'm pulling for the Rams all the way.
Mary's
Me too.
laughing about the Jackrabbits, if I remember my schools correctly.
Yes.
Jackrabbits?
Yeah, South Dakota State.
South Dakota State.
Isn't that where CJ Ham went?
No,
Did
he
he
went
go
to was it Augustana? Or,
Oh, that's right.
He
That's
was-
right.
he was Division 2. He wasn't 1A.
I think Goddard,
FCS.
that tight
Dallas
end for Philly.
Goddard. Yeah, he went to South Dakota State.
Great player.
Reggie pointed out that it's going to be Aaron Donald lined up on that line in front of Billy Turner. So,
What do you bet, Reggie? Hey, Reggie, are you eating ribs right now? I want to ask him. Is he here? Is he in the room? Reggie,
he's in the room,
Yeah,
did you
yeah,
barbecue
he just-
today?
and I would love some of his ribs.
Reggie is eating barbecue. He's drinking probably some Uncle Nearest whiskey. A big smile on his face. Reggie's a cool dude. Hey, Reg. Hey, Mary.
All right, now on to the next game, since we've already decided none of us want Green Bay to win, no matter what our bet is. The next game is the Ravens at the Bill. It's in the evening, prime times. I'll look up Buffalo's weather real quick. Let's go. Drew led off the first one. Ryno, who do you got on this one?
What's our point spread on this?
Ravens get 2.5.
Buffalo's favored by 2.5, 49.5 for the
That's
over.
all. That's all they're giving Buffalo is is a 2.5 point favorite.
Yep.
Yeah, not even. I thought for sure it would be 3
That-
or 4.
That surprises me. I mean, I know. I mean, if the weather is going to be decent up there, which far as I know, there's not supposed to be any snowstorms or anything like that rolling through. I mean, I don't trust. I still don't trust the Ravens. You know, Lamar Jackson is. I mean, you know, he's not a throwing quarterback, and if they can slow down the run and make him have to throw, they're not. I mean, then you got Buffalo's offense who can score at any point in time from anywhere in the field at any point in time. You know, they don't run the ball real well, but they don't have to really usually. I mean, Buffalo's been my pick to go to the AFC Championship game the whole time here. I got Buffalo winning, and I got them covering easy. I mean, I think it's going to be probably 7 to 10 points.
Okay. How many points of Diggs he going to score?
Diggs is going to have at least one touchdown. I don't know their other receiver, Beasley. Is he? I know he's been hurt. Is he going to play this week, or is he?
As far as I know, he is.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything otherwise. So I mean, you know, if Beasley plays, that helps Diggs out too, because it takes a little bit of pressure off him. Or if they're doubling Diggs, then they go that way. But even without Beasley, I still say Buffalo covers this easy.
Okay. Drew.
I am in agreement with everything Ryno just said. Buffalo, cover the points. And Buffalo's my pick to make it to the Super Bowl. So I have Buffalo against the Chiefs next week. And so I don't think the Ravens are going to get better. It's Buffalo's year. They're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay. I tend to agree, but I do worry about Lamar Jackson doing Lamar Jackson stuff. But I do think Buffalo is going to lock them down for the most part, and that offense is going to be pretty much unstoppable. I think Diggsy is going to have a big day, at least 2 touchdowns. I think we're all in agreement. Buffalo wins and Buffalo covers.
Yeah, they're no slouch. They've won like 6 straight since week 12, week 11 or something.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the Hail Murray, they would have won that one. They'd have won 11 straight if it wasn't for that one. So
they got a hell of a team. They got when they put it all together. Yeah, I just think the Bills.
Well, I know that there's some people that are a little bit iffy on them after that last week, but I mean, it's not like Indy was a bad team. I mean, right. Indy's defense is legit, and I mean, even though Rivers stands back there with concrete feet, their offense is still good. I mean, it's
right. They still won a lot of games.
Yeah, I mean, they were what? Were they 10 or 11-5? Weren't they the regular season? Yeah. So I mean, Indy wasn't a bad team. So I mean, and I think Buffalo is at that level above what Baltimore is here. So
Buffalo just seems to have the it factor this year as a team. Mm-hmm. All the guys play really well together. They just have to see. They seem to have a little bit of magic going with them, and so.
To me, it's the mentality. They've got the psychological thing going. It's like the Vikings in 2017. They've got real good chemistry amongst the whole squad, especially amongst Diggs and their quarterback. And I think they're going to go a ways. I think we're going to see them next week after this week because they're going to win for playing for the AFC Championship. Once they get there, it's going to get a little tougher, but we're going to see. Clifford calls Bills win, but it's close. We'll see, Clifford. We'll see. It'll be a fun game to watch, and I guarantee you I'll be drinking beer during that time. Now we go to Sunday. Sunday. And the first game is in the afternoon. And for the East Coasters, it's closer to lunch for us. Here further west, Cleveland and Stefanski's team go to meet the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champs. Kansas City is favored by 10. And the over-under is 57. So, little defense played. Drew, who you got? Kansas City, and why?
Straight up, Kansas City, but if you're with points, I'm taking the Browns with 10. That's too many to give the Browns, I think. So I guess I'm picking both teams in a way, if you look at it that way. I think 10's too much. I take the Browns with the points, but if we're not picking points, we're just picking straight up to win. You got to go Chiefs here. I mean, Chiefs are going to be Reed sitting in the film room for 2 weeks looking at the Browns tape. I mean, come on. It's going to be a big day for Hill, Mahomes, all those guys. But it's going to be a big day on the other side. I think that over-under is like 20 points shy, bro.
It's 57. You think they're going to score more than 57 points?
Yeah. I think it's going to be over 70 in this game.
Damn. I'm not that what's the word?
Drunk?
No, well, that drunk, that's one of them. But not that impressed with Baker Mayfield. I don't know that he's going to be the one that puts up that many points. You take
Baker Mayfield right now over Kirk Cousins or Cousins over Mayfield? Who you got, Dave?
You got more hope with Mayfield.
Okay.
But Cousins is a better quarterback.
Yeah.
Out of the last, and this was asked today on Score North, I believe. Or
is he better?
Yeah, it was on Purple Daily. I was watching that earlier too.
If Cousins compared to this remaining 8 quarterbacks, who is Cousins better at than?
I'll let Mary give my vote on that. I can't give it. Mary, whose Cousins better than all the quarterbacks that are remaining in the playoffs? I want to hear from Mary.
There's
I don't
one,
know.
possibly two.
I may even go 3.
Okay.
Really?
Goff
Well-
on the Rams.
Goff on the Rams. I don't trust Goff much at all.
They're about a wash, though, aren't they? Goff and Cousins. I mean, really?
I'd take Cousins over Goff.
Yeah,
Not much better.
I think it's probably a wash with Mayfield. To a point.
And
I
as
don't-
Clifford says, Mayfield has the want to win it factor,
Right.
I'd take
which
Mayfield
he
over
does.
Cousins.
He has the
He
psychological.
does.
Yes.
He
Mayfield,
does.
he makes a lot of mistakes, but he's got that middle finger screw you attitude.
Yeah, and I'm going to drive and win. Yes.
Yeah, I
Right.
like that in my quarterback. I like a little bit of gunslinger. He makes mistakes.
Yeah, so do I. And that's why I say I think, Cousins is probably the better quarterback, but with the it factor and stuff Mayfield has, that kind of makes it more of a wash.
Mayfield is Cousins with ball bag, basically. That's about the only
Yeah.
difference.
I mean, the one that I almost thinking right now, after seeing how burned out Drew Brees' arm is the last half of the season,
Bad.
I'd almost take Cousins. I'd take Cousins over Drew Brees right now, I think.
That's got to be it for Brees. Isn't it got to be it for Brees?
Yeah, he's
You
done
would
after
think so. This looks
gotta
like
be.
his last year.
Yeah,
like it
this
was
is
Peyton's last year.
Peyton Manning's arm falling off,
Mhm.
final year type stuff, and
Yeah, we'll
that's
hold him
about
up
what
if he
Brees is at right
throws,
now, too.
the one short touchdown and wins the Super Bowl and rides off into glory.
Right, yeah.
Clifford says Lamar Jackson. I'd take Lamar Jackson
Over
8
Cousins?
days a week over Kirk Cousins.
Lamar Jackson's, he doesn't throw much, and I don't know that he can throw much. But usually when they have him throwing stuff, it's high percentage stuff that, he's not going to screw up when he throws it. It's not, throwing 50-50 balls and all this other stuff. It's good, safe stuff, and they're relying more on him running than they are actually him playing quarterback. So,
You have to take Lamar Jackson just because his ceiling is a lot higher. Cousins is topped out. Cousins is what he is.
Basically.
Lamar Jackson, I think Jackson still has room for improvement. He can still get a lot better, believe it or not, than what he is. He's certainly flawed in his footwork and his decision making and leaving the pocket too quick, but there's a lot more to work with Lamar Jackson than Cousins. Cousins is done.
There is.
Is Cousins going to get any better? No,
No, he's not.
He's basically as good as he is, and you hope to plan and scheme around him to get more wins out of him.
Yeah, people would
Right.
say Cousins over Lamar Jackson till Lamar Jackson got out of the pocket and ran 60 yards for a touchdown for the Vikings. Then they'd be in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead of crumbling at the first sign of pressure. Come on.
And most people would say Zimmer would ruin Lamar Jackson. That's not his type of quarterback, but Zimmer loves to run, and he may just do more of that with him. So, Jeff Dugan beats out everybody. That's funny, Pantheon.
Remember Jeff Dugan?
My buddy Oli there he's the Pantheon from Hawaii.
Oli from Hawaii.
What number was Jeff Dugan? Let me trivia you guys. Let me throw some trivia at you. You guys remember?
Well, I'm thinking he was, if I remember correctly, a tight end, and he was like number 81 or 82.
85.
85,
yeah.
It's always good to get Jeff Duggan's name on the show, isn't it?
Where else but here?
Anyway, back onto the...
Yeah, Ryno, it's your choice. Kansas City or
it's the
Brownies?
The clock striking midnight on the pumpkin here for the Browns this week. It's... they had a good run. They impressed a lot of people last week. Stefanski has done wonders in 83, Reggie, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, and Pantheon comes back.
Yep. But you're...
That's what I said, 83.
You said 85.
Exactly. I
was trying to pull a Jerry Jones on you guys. I said 83.
Anyway,
Burn the tape!
the Chiefs are just too stacked.
The Chiefs are going to beat them by more than 10, you're saying? Browns aren't going to keep it that close?
I'm not going that far. I think the Browns will keep it respectable. The 10 points I think is a little much. So, I mean, Kansas City's going to win.
That's 2 scores.
Yeah.
Look at
But
Dave throwing that knowledge out there. Look at that.
Boom.
I think if we're going points, I'm gonna give Cleveland the points, but straight out win, it's Kansas City. Probably be about a 6-7 point game.
If Ryno, the great Ryno, agrees with your picks, it makes you feel so much better because he's got the knowledge. So if you'd have said something different than my picks, I always feel like changing them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I was the one that picked wrong last week, so.
I'm going with the same as Ryno. KC wins this game, but 10 points is too much. If I was betting a line, I'd have to go Cleveland, but I wouldn't bet a whole lot on that. It's just 2 scores is an awful lot, especially at playoff level football. But the Brownies may be, happy they got in. They got 1-1 and, may look like the Vikings did in previous playoff runs where they win that first one and then they look like shit on the second. We'll see. That brings us to the very last game. An NFC matchup, Tampa Bay at New Orleans. They meet for the 3rd time in the season. This is the matchup of the grandpa quarterbacks. I think it's 6 of the quarterbacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the quarterbacks are under 25, I think. Or at least 4 of them are under 25. Excuse me.
And you add these 2 together, they're in the nursing home.
Put your mask on when you sneeze. I don't want to get sick.
It's allergies. Allergies, baby. Allergies. No, 4. All the AFC teams are under 25 years old. The quarterbacks, most of them are on their first contracts, even though Mahomes has earned his second. I think he's technically still on his first.
Then you get last year.
Yeah. Then you get the old men in the NFC, except for Goff. You have Aaron Rodgers, obviously, at Green Bay, but you got the 2 oldest with Drew Brees and Tom Brady going at it again for a 3rd time this season. New Orleans is favored by 3, and over-under is 52, an even 52. Drew, who have you got on this one? Actually, it's Ryno's turn to start. Ryno?
I mean, it's real hard for a team. I mean, this would be the 3rd time that these 2 teams have played this year. Saints have won both games to this point. But with that, I mean, it's real hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. Mm-hmm. And the Bucs are peaking at the right time right now. Whereas, we talked a little bit a while ago that Drew Brees' arm is basically jello right anymore, and he just it's good. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this one, I think. I mean, they both got good defenses, so yeah, that's the 12th man.
Yeah, Walker.
But I mean, I'm going to pick Tampa Bay to beat this or to win here, and the collective NFL media is going to be having wet dreams all week long about Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game. So, I mean, I got Tampa winning, and I think they're going to cover the 3.
Okay. Drew.
Man, this is tough. Everything Ryno said about winning a 3rd time, it is a tough thing to do. The last time these 2 teams played, I remember sitting down and watching it, and it was a beatdown. It wasn't even close. The Saints were destroying Tampa Bay. And I think Arians is going to use that all week. I think he has been using it all week. You guys got your asses handed to you. I also am going to take Tampa to win this game. And I think they do advance. It's going to be a great game. I just the way that last game unfolded, they were like laughing at Tampa Bay. And I know Brady had that look on his face like, I am going to kick your nuts in if I see you on the field again. So I think Tampa Bay is going to come out and handle business and win this game.
They're going to cover the spread?
Well,
obviously. Wait, who's favored on that one again?
It's a 3 or a
2 point. 3 point New Orleans.
Favorite.
New Orleans is favored by 2?
3.
I thought 3.
3.
Well, they're going to win straight up, so I don't care. You don't care about that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This is the toughest one for me. Tom Brady has been hot this last month in December. His arm looks rejuvenated. He's hitting 50-yard down the field strikes on target. That is scary. We've all seen it for 20 years. It's scary, or however long his career is. Drew Brees hasn't been, but they've been planning around him, and they bring in that other dude that runs it quite a bit.
Taysom Hill.
Yep, and they've got, of course, Alvin Kamara, who put a beating on the Vikings. And, and Tampa didn't look as good against the Vikings, and we don't have a big of a defense, at least for that first half. But since then, Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions against us. And since that game, in the last 5, he's thrown 1. That tells you how much. I'm going to agree with Mary. I'm going with the Bucs to win. It makes it a 3-peat.
How do we've all been watching Tom Brady for 20 years, like you just mentioned. Look at this game coming up. How do you pick against him? I mean, come on, dude.
Every time you doubt him, he goes out there and does this to you.
This game has Tom Brady winning all over it, man. It does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also doing that to Belichick.
Yeah.
To prove he can do it. Well, that's all 4 games. We differ. I've got the Rams, and we're the same on everything else. There's some difference in points and coverage. But it should be fun. And as Stan Jones says, Brady's playing lights out, and yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's football leading into hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Man, I'm going to be busy.
Pantheon, he shouldn't need deflated balls inside New Orleans. And weather for Kansas City on Sunday is at Buffalo. Buffalo starts mid-30s, then drops to freezing, but no winds, no nothing to care about. Kansas City, it starts at about in the 40s, then drops, but slight breeze, but nothing big. And, of course, down in New Orleans, it's inside the dome.
Which quarterback has the most total touchdowns this weekend? Rushing, passing, whatever, total. Which quarterback?
Josh Allen.
Okay, I'm writing this down. Rhinoceros, that's what we call your long name, but you're Ryno for short. Ryno says Josh Allen, most touchdowns, and Dave says...
I didn't pick Josh Allen in the Game of Skull playoff challenge this week. I believe Josh Allen's a good one, but I've got to go with Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes.
2 good picks, guys.
And Dave's rolling with the homies.
We'll see who wins that little battle right there.
Okay, who you got, Drew?
I have most total touchdowns. Just to be different, I'll throw mine in there for Mayfield. So we got Mayfield, Allen, and Mahomes.
Reggie's brave. Allen and Rodgers tie with 5.
That's not crazy.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
You're not crazy, Reggie Adams Jr. You're not crazy. Well, you might be crazy, but
you might be crazy, but not with that pick anyway. Yeah.
And I don't see Rodgers doing it against the number 1 defense in the league.
I don't either. But
this guy's better not. I want the NFC North back. I'm sick of that team from Wisconsin winning it every year. Somebody call Zimmer and tell him to man up and win that fucking division back.
Did I read Detroit pick the coach?
No,
they did close.
They did a second interview with Marv Lewis.
No, Detroit.
No, there's somebody else I was reading.
Detroit took the defensive coordinator from the Niners, that Sala guy.
No,
yes.
He went to the Jets, not Detroit.
Okay. But there was somebody I was thinking that Detroit was.
Detroit got their GM, but I don't think they hired
Matt Millen. Hopefully they hired Matt Millen again.
No, it was Spielman.
Oh, the Spielman who knows something about football,
Yes.
his brother.
No, he's not. He's not the GM though. He's just on the search committee. I forget.
I thought he was going to be the GM.
So they're getting Arthur Smith. They're getting that Arthur Smith. That's who
Arthur Smith is going to. No, he's going to
Falcon.
Atlanta.
Oh, he already went to Atlanta.
Yeah, they just announced that a little while ago.
Who are we getting? Who's the new Vikings head coach?
Mike Zimmer.
Same as the old head coach.
Same as it ever was.
Still trying to think. Is it the guy that the Lions hired for their GM was director of college scouting for the Rams?
I don't know.
I saw it earlier today, but I can't remember.
It's the Lions. He's not going to be longer than 2 seasons there, so we don't need to know his name.
Well, actually, I thought who I saw was good, and I thought it was a good choice.
Ryno, when you get hired for any capacity at the Lions, you're just starting your first day of getting fired. You know that. I mean,
Dan Campbell is the one that's supposedly, according to the news.
Wasn't that old Dolphins guy from like 10 years ago? Dan Campbell?
Yeah. He's the offensive coordinator down in New Orleans right now.
Yes, he is. Because I fully expect New Orleans to, once Breeze retires and all that, they're like $80 million over the cap. I expect everybody and their brother to scurry from that squad.
What are they? $80 million over the cap?
It's over $80 million over the cap.
It's between 80 and 100 million when you count.
Oh my God!
Breeze still has another year on his contract yet.
And they've got dead money out for like 2 years on Breeze.
Shea Patterson might end up being the quarterback there.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's okay. They got Jameis Winston. They're fine.
Oh. Good job, guys. I got your picks.
Any last words there, Ryno?
I mean, playoff. It's the best time of the year for NFL football. It's playoffs. That super wild card weekend last week was awesome with 6 games. I mean, it's like crack for football fanatics.
Mm-hmm.
And now this week we're moving on. We got 4 games. It's getting down to crunch time, and I think we're in for a treat for some more good action this weekend, and I can't wait.
Drew?
I love playoff football, but I know it's like reaching closer to the finish line. I hate when football ends, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy that super wild card weekend. We got to have that every weekend. So it's going to be fun. These are going to be some great games, guys. These are going to be some really, really good games.
I guarantee you, I'm looking forward to it Saturday. But the following Saturday, we don't have football.
No,
Dave, we have
championship games are both on Sunday.
Yeah. But we do have something for you next Saturday. And do you know what that is?
I do not know.
GMG's 2 old bloggers with Darren Campbell and Dave, me, talk everything Vikings football and all sorts of other stuff, whatever strikes our fancy, it may be even beer.
I do like that show. I like the blogger show.
But
I've missed it. You guys haven't been on for a while.
It's because the schedule's been screwed up and we're working into the off-season program, but you can expect every Saturday. 2 old bloggers should be around 1 o'clock Central-ish, somewhere in there. That's not firm yet, but that's what we're looking at on Saturdays.
Darren Campbell. Anytime you have a chance to listen to Darren Campbell talk, that guy just feeds you knowledge. He's got a lot of information.
He does.
Yep,
great.
He does.
Really good.
And I look forward to seeing you guys Sunday night for GMG in the Raw, where Flip will join us, and we'll talk what happened over the weekend. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Jerome, Clifford, Mary, of course, Reggie, everybody that did, Stan, everybody else, anybody that I missed, Pantheon, thank you so very much. You have a great weekend, a safe weekend. Enjoy the football, and may the football gods ever bless you and your favorite team. Go Vikings. Skol, everybody.
Go Vikings.
Thank you for watching or listening. As always, if you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. And if you're listening to the podcast, please rate us on your favorite aggregator. Skol, everybody.